Well, thanks for watching one of my videos again. If you like it, please press the like button, subscribe and hit the notification button. Right, what we got today is we got an unboxing. I never ever thought I would actually do an unboxing. But the other day I was talking to my boy and telling him about doing more YouTube videos. He knows what kind of old computer I've got. Never ever owned a new computer. So he said, "Dad, you gotta get this one." So he got me this one. I'll let him explain exactly what's going on with the video. He is the computer genius, the technician. Me, I'm an idiot. But we're going to unbox it now. I've never ever thought I'd ever do one of these videos, ever. But here we go. Right, here we go. Here's the box. First ever brand new computer. Amazing. Can't believe it. Right, what we got in here then? We have got a MacBook Air. Oh, like that. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Lovely. And he reckons this is going to help my YouTube videos a lot. We don't need that. Right, what have we got here then? Oh, I see we've got a pull tab there. Look at that. This is always the best bit, isn't it? Oh, beautiful. It's a gold one. Fancied having a bit of a different colour this time. Look at that. MacBook Air. Beautiful. Let's get that lid off. Come on. Oh, feel that just slide off. Oh, that was beautiful. Lovely. Cool, that looks thin. Alright, how do we get it out here without damaging it? Oh, look at that, they even put a pull tab on it. Oh, they think of everything, don't they? They even think of when you make the video for it. Oh, look at that. Oh yes. MacBook Air. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. Let's put that down there just for a minute. I'll put it the wrong way around. There we go. Look at that. What else we got in here? Chargers. Notebook. Oh, we've got a charging adapter. Oh God. Right. Lead. That's it for that. Let's get that on there. Let's put that down there for now. Oh, look at that. That's just like, you know, that's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. It's like closing an airtight door. Lovely. See that aside. Right. The MacBook Air. Look at that. Look. Oh, that was gorgeous. It switched on as soon as you lifted the lid. It's like saying, "Welcome. Use me." Let's pull that off. Oh, look at that. As soon as you lift the lid, straight away comes on. It's all charged. Oh God.
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
It's talking to me already. What the hell? Yes, okay. English. Select your country of region. Country or region, right. United Kingdom. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Accessibility. Individualism. I have no idea. We're just going to do it not now for now. Wi-Fi. Yeah, we'll sort out that later. But look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's just beautiful. Yeah, I'll have to sort the Wi-Fi out and everything in a minute. But that is gorgeous. The speed of it, and the size of the screen, and the size of the pad. Look at the pad. Compared to my old one, my old MacBook there, that's a lot more bigger pad. And look at the thickness. Look how thick that is. That's beautiful and thin. Christ. Compared to my old one, that there, which my old boy, he said no, he said your old one's that, he said it's 10 years old. Look at that. Look at that difference in size. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh. Right. I'm going to get all this set up and then we'll be right back with the main screen and everything to see. This is exciting. I'll tell you what, this is going to make life so much easier. With that thing, when you're doing videos and that, the video just jumps. You know, you can't watch it when you're on iMovie Maker. The screen just jumps. The video doesn't keep up with the vision card or whatever it is. Yeah, so hopefully this one will be a lot better. My boy will explain exactly what's inside it. He reckons this is the best one you can get for the money that I paid for it. So anyway, I'm going to go off. I'm going to get this all set up and everything. In the meantime, I'll let Josh explain exactly what this computer is. And I'll be back with it all set up so you can see the main screen. Be back in a minute.
What can it do? It can do a lot of stuff. This is the M1 MacBook Air. So this come out late last year, and it pretty much changed like the gamer laptops because it uses the same kind of chip that an iPhone or an iPad uses. So even though it's made for like mobile devices, it's been so tuned over like the past 10 years of iPhones and iPads that it provides like the most performance per watt of power it takes, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're working in a thermal envelope, as in like heat, how much heat it can make, in a laptop that's this size, it can create more heat so they can put more performance in it. Like they can raise the wattage and they can put more cores in it and they can raise the clock speeds without a risk of overheating that would happen in an iPhone or an iPad because they're so thin. So what they've done is they've taken that sort of spec of an iPhone that has like a 6-core processor and an iPad, they've made it 8 cores, they've raised the speed of the processor and they've increased all the GPU cores as well. So not only is the processor so much more powerful than a normal processor because it's designed on tech that's supposed to be super efficient, it's also got loads of the hardware decoders and stuff. So when you're making a video on Final Cut and you're exporting an MP4, or I think they call it HEVC for like high efficiency video codec or something, it means that it's so much faster because it's not just using the processor or the graphics card, it's also using a dedicated chip that's built in just for video exporting. And there's also loads of chips that are just for Touch ID or just for photos, just for encryption. So with a normal Windows laptop, like the processor that's a quad-core processor would be doing all of those tasks itself because that's the processor. Whereas with Apple, they've kind of outsourced all of that processing to its own separate small processor within the chip. So all the small processors are doing all the essential tasks and speeding up your everyday use. And then the main processor is still a beast that is still processing other tasks as well.
Right.
So you've got a huge envelope to work with. You don't just have a quad-core processor or an 8-core processor. You've got like 16 or 32 separate hardware decoders, they call them, as well as the main processor that's doing the bulk of the work.
So what actual processors in that one then?
It's called an Apple M1. It's got 4 high efficiency cores and 4 high performance cores. So the high efficiency cores are, I mean I'm not sure on the specs on them because Apple doesn't really release it, but let's just say they're like a 1.5 gigahertz processor, which would still knock the socks off any like normal Windows laptop processor because it is based on ARM, which is what phones use. It's like a different way of making a processor. So that's used when you're browsing Safari, Word documents, watching videos, that kind of thing. When you're doing hardcore work, that's when the high performance cores come in. So it means that you're always having perceptibly high performance, but without creating too much heat, because you're not using those high performance cores, you're using the weaker cores most of the time. So the heat is drastically reduced and your battery life is drastically improved because you haven't got
all that energy being wasted on
used
heat
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas with that laptop or a Windows laptop, you've got 4 cores that use 35 watts all the time. So you're always using more power than you should be. Whereas here they've got like a tiered core system where as you go up in your demand of the laptop, more cores will activate to meet your requirement.
Nice. So what kind of RAM's it got in it then?
It's got 8 gig of RAM, which a lot of people go, oh, it's only 8 gig, blah blah blah. You can spec it to 16 gig, but I personally got the 8 gig purely because it works differently. So with a normal laptop, you've got a processor and you've got a graphics card and you've got the RAM and the storage, and it's all separate, but it's on the motherboard. With this, it's called a system on a chip. So it's a chip that's like that big, like a normal processor chip, but the RAM, the graphics card, the processor, and all the hardware decoders are all on that one chip.
All on one chip, not separate and individual?
No, they're not separate.
Shows how old I am. I remember when they used to be in like, you had to clip them in the board and you could take it out and go and buy a new one.
No, they still are. That's what's groundbreaking about this processor, is that it's a whole system on a chip, and it's the same tech in an iPhone. Like in an iPhone or an iPad chip, it's all in one chip. That's why the devices are so small. So they've literally transplanted it here. There's a breakdown on the internet where they take apart the laptop and the actual motherboard inside is like this big.
Right.
And the whole rest of it is just batteries. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's why it's so thin and light, and it doesn't create much heat. There isn't even a fan in here. Like you'll never.
Yeah, I must admit, when I wondered that earlier today.
There's no air vent in there. There's no air vent anywhere. It's just like an iPad or an iPhone. It's completely enclosed.
What was that you were saying about the screen being perfectly balanced and everything?
Yeah. So what they do with MacBooks is they put a lot into the hardware and design. That's part of Apple. It's not just a tech company. It's also kind of a status symbol.
Yeah.
So
I got a status symbol.
You got a status symbol. No, but that's why I like Apple, because everything matches.
Yeah.
But with these, I think it started with like the MacBook Pros in 2010 or 2011. When you raise the lid, the whole laptop doesn't move because they make sure that the weight of the screen and the main chassis is as close as can be, and then they have to tweak the hinge, which means that there's even weight distribution.
Yeah.
So like the tension on the hinge is just right so that it doesn't lift up the front of the laptop when you lift it up.
Yeah, because you find that, and especially on that one does it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why there's like a little lip here, so you can just sort of open up your laptop and shut it again.
There's one thing that disappointed me with it, but when you see it, it's only a small thing. It hasn't got the normal USB connectors. So now I've got to buy a hub.
It hasn't,
to put on it. But once you're over that thing,
once you're over it,
it's done. Yeah. I mean, I would like to have seen some kind of universal USB on there, so I can just plug my system straight into it. So I've got all my hard drives and my music stuff and that, but I can't plug into it. So now I've got to wait to go and get a hub.
Yeah, that is frustrating, but a lot of people are annoyed at that, but I tend to see the bigger picture of they can't make a laptop this small with like a large USB. Think about size of a USB, it couldn't fit in there. Not just that, these USBs, they transfer data and you can charge through them. So with a normal USB port, you can't just plug a charging cable in because it'll blow up the laptop. With these, they charge the laptop and you can use data on them. It's also really compatible with everything. So the future is USB-C, like that's USB-C. But the technology it uses inside is called Thunderbolt.
Yep.
So a normal USB port, and even a USB-C port on any other device really, would run at up to 10 gig a second of transfer speeds. Both of these do 40 gigabyte a second each. So you can plug in external graphics cards. You can plug in like loads of monitors at once. Not with these, you can only use one monitor. But you can plug so much into one hub.
Yeah.
And nothing will slow down.
I noticed with your one that you showed me has got like a multi USB and card readers all going into the one plug and HDMI. Yeah.
So that's cool. The beauty of it, that it's really made for creators and professionals and people that really like use loads of stuff at once. Because when you get home, you can just plug 1 or 2 cables into your laptop, and you're connected to your RAID hard drive system. You're connected to your external monitor. You're connected to your external graphics card. You're connected to your keyboard and mouse all at once without having to plug everything in separately.
a RAID hard drive system is a future project I think we're going to get into.
I've looked and I wanted one, but just for data storage, but they're very expensive.
Yeah.
They're very expensive.
Anyway, thank you very much though.
It's alright.
You know, that's
Yeah,
really good.
I recommend it. It's
I
good.
told you he was an expert. Thanks for that, Josh. Right, I took it downstairs so it's closer to the Wi-Fi. And apparently it's got a migration. Never done it before. But yeah, migration is now complete. I'll show you the video. This is the migration going on now. This is where we are now. I'll get this and you can have a quick closer look. There you go. Migration is now complete from my old Mac. Very easy to do. Just connected it, run the Migration Assist app, pushed go. As long as it's connected to the same Wi-Fi or got its own connection, we're ready to go. So, let's bring the mouse down here to done. Right, so now we just need to enter password. Right, you're not looking at that, not seeing my password. Alright, let's see it will come up. Right, not now for the accessibility, we'll do that in a bit. Right, I'm going to get my little GoPro here. There you go, look at that. There's the old Mac, and with the assistants on, and they just transfer the information over within 2 seconds. You get exactly the same on the new Mac. That I like. Not having to transfer all the crap over. Now, I know to you lot, you probably think, oh, so easy, we've done it 1,000 times before. Never had a new laptop. So to me, that is ingenious. Nice. Right, time to get making some videos. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and hit the notification buttons if you want to see all the latest videos. I've got a go-kart one hopefully tomorrow coming up. As I say, later on, probably next year and that, or later on this year, we've got a deep sea dive coming on. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much, and see you in the next video.